Hello, this is Cooking for Kids, a simple little recipe that any kid can do that's learning how to cook. This is my granddaughter, Rikki Stonebreaker.
And this is my lovely grandma, Donna Hendricks.
And Rikki is going to do most of the work here, and so I'm going to let her get started.
Okay. First you want to do is go over to the oven, set it for 375 degrees, and then you want to go ahead and start washing your hands so that, like, you touch your hair and you don't want to get hair in your food, okay? And now,
they also say that, so the health department says washing your hands for 20 seconds makes your hands sanitary. So at least 20 seconds with soap and water. Go ahead.
okay. And then you want to get out a cookie sheet and some parchment paper,
And why do we use the parchment paper?
because nobody wants to sit there and scrub some dessert stuff off a pan for 2 hours.
That's right. And so what you're going to need first is, we kind of popped this open already, but
You want some Pillsbury dough or biscuits or whatever you would like to try.
it's Pillsbury biscuits is what it is. And you want the jumbo size. Okay.
And then you want to go ahead and grab one and flatten it out.
And don't be afraid to flatten it out, because these are very forgiving. If you've got a little hole, you can always fill the hole in. And we're just doing 4 of them. But these biscuits, they come in a package of 8. And my suggestion is that you do all 8 of them, because even though there might be only 4 or 5 of you in the family, after dinner, somebody might want a late night snack. These are perfect, or even breakfast in the morning. A little sweet treat in the morning.
Before you go to work or school
Or school, that's right.
fast to grab and go.
So that's what they look like. You're just going to put them in the pan like that.
Gonna cause diabetes.
Now what we're using is
Some caramel apple, just basically pie filling. You can do cherry, whatever you'd like.
whatever your favorite is, huh?
And you want to go ahead and put it in a bowl so you can get as much as you want.
Mhm. And then we're going to take,
And you're going to take probably about one big one and just put it on one side, and a small one, and some of the caramel. Go ahead and put that on it. And then you want to fold it over.
and if you don't have enough to fold over, just stretch your dough out just a little bit more. And then what are you doing now?
You just press down the sides. It doesn't have to be nice and pretty.
It just has to be crimped around the edges so that all of your filling stays in the middle. Go ahead and do all 4 of them. And even though you want to, and you may have stuck your finger in the sauce, don't lick your fingers. Nobody wants your saliva
On their dessert.
on their dessert. That's right. And besides that, you never know whether you're coming down with the cold or the flu, and you don't want to pass it around.
Yeah.
And then we've got 2 more to do. Ooh, they look good, don't they, already?
Yes, they do.
And just crimp them around. That
Like
looks
that.
nice. A little bit more.
The sauce.
Now we've used just 1 can of this pie filling, and we've already done a few of these already. And like I said, there's 8 biscuits in a can, and so this makes our 8th biscuit that we've actually done so far. And you can put these on the cookie sheet any way that you can. It doesn't matter how they look on the cookie sheet themselves. And it looks like we've got more pie filling, so you can probably get another can or another can of the biscuit dough.
Yep.
And probably get 8 more out of what we've got going on there. So right now, what are you going to do? You're going to put them in the oven?
Now you gotta set your timer
And we're going with...
to about 13 minutes, but you want to check on them so often so they don't get too done.
So we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven now. And then Rikki's going to start her timer. And make sure you put it on the middle rack. That's always the best cooking area. And so now she started her timer. Now while she's waiting for those to come out of the oven, we're going to make a little simple glaze out of
powdered sugar, water, and a little bit of cinnamon and some vanilla extract.
And so what we've got all of this ready to go. We've already put a little bit of cinnamon in the powdered sugar. So
Yep.
all we need right now, you want to start with a couple of drops of the vanilla. You don't need a whole lot of vanilla because you're not making a whole lot of you don't need a whole lot of the glaze. But just probably half of what she's got in the teaspoon there. Go ahead and put about half of that in. That's plenty, and then put the rest back in it. It'll be fine because the spoon is clean. Put your lid back on. You always want to make sure in case you spill anything.
Yeah.
Then you've got a glass of cold water here, and it doesn't take a whole lot of water for powdered sugar, does it?
Nope.
So we're going to just
Probably
do...
about 1.
We're going to start with 2 teaspoons of water in your powdered sugar.
I want to go ahead and stir it.
Looks like we need a couple more.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 more. And that's where it can be a little forgiving. If you just put in a couple of drops or a couple of teaspoons at a time, so because you don't want your glaze to be
Too watery.
too watery. But then again, you don't want it to be too thick either, huh?
Nope. Otherwise it won't go over so well.
That's right. And what do you want to make sure, you want to show too as what it looks like. See the lumps in it? Few of the lumps in your sugar. And she's just kind of going to smash those down a little bit so that I think maybe about a half more teaspoon of water.
Yeah, because it's just a little too thick.
And that was probably about 4 or 5 tablespoons
It
of
was.
powdered sugar
Yeah.
that we started with. So we got about 4.5 teaspoons of water. But like we said, do 1 teaspoon at a time. You'll always be able to know how much more you need.
That seems.
And there you go.
Be
Look at
good
that.
enough.
You see how that looks? It looks nice and drizzly so that you can drizzle it easily over your pastry.
Alright.
Okay, now you can set that aside, and we've already done some. Well, you want that because you're going to drizzle this one. We've already made some just to be a little bit ahead of time here so that you can see what she's doing. Go ahead and drizzle. She's taken about a teaspoon and she's drizzling it back and forth. And you can make any design, can't you?
Yep. Not that hard.
It's not that hard. Just let it go and flow. Let the sugar flow. We're just keeping it real. Okay, so now she's got that one done and she's got these done. You want to show what they look like?
There you go.
They look wonderful. And now we're going to sign off and we're going to do some tasting on our own. So thanks for cooking with kids. And remember, this is Rikki. She's only 17. She is single. So I won't give out any phone numbers though. Okay. Thank you. Bye.